What's going on, world? It's your boy at Big Game James _36, and this is Big Games B.S., part of Den Media Group, presented by the MFTK Foundation. And the tailgate, man, listen, dog. House words don't pay attention and follow instructions. And when I say house words, I don't mean just black people. I mean everybody. We got a good amount of sign-ups. We are going to continue to push it. So we are going to make this tailgate a great experience regardless. But we've been asking people to so it's all you can eat, all you can drink. At this point, whatever we have is all you can eat and all you can drink. We're gonna take signups all the way to it. What I want y'all to do for me and not to me. Like you people. And if you people mean whatever you people wants to mean, because somebody did that dumb shit to me yesterday, and I don't even understand why they identified themselves in that if they felt they were something. But you people that go to an event and are too cheap, and you go and do a chargeback with your account, I hope y'all. I hope you get a soda and it's a razor blade in it and it cuts your tongue. I hope all the little bad things in the world happen to you and only you, because y'all aggravate me. Like y'all make my balls itch, and I don't like that. I don't like itchy balls. But like I had somebody like, and it's like the dumbest. Like it's like imagine like you think you got $200 in your account, and you go and then now it's in the negative, and then you go and you look at the stripe and you can't even verify it, like if they did or didn't come. And I'm like, bro, like you really waited until now? Anyways, you people are terrible people. But outside of that, the tailgate will be a fabulous time. It'll be, man, we've seen some of you guys, got some of you gals. It's not just the guys. If you are a single lady or if you're a single man, the talent would be there. It is some brutal people that will be at the tailgate. If you're single adjacent, it's be a great tailgate for you. What happens. Ain't got nothing to do with me. We all grown. So do your thing, have a great time. It goes to a good cause. If you cause I need a watch, cause I need a car, cause I got to get this guap, and cause we got to get book bags and different things for kids in the community. I will definitely make sure Adrian has the list of people. There are a couple people who are bringing youth. Kids are practically free. There's a donation. One of the ladies that's talented, she's bringing her daughter. She's 15. I just told her to give like a $25 donation or something like that. Make it easier for her. So yeah, so we got that going. We got a guest coming on here soon about 9:30. We'll do our I don't know what we called it last time. We had my goddaughter on last week. We got a young man representing Rains High School. That will be coming on the broadcast. Chopping it up with him a little bit. We'll put it somewhere in the MFTK segment. Trying to think of some other things that are cool that have been going on in the area of the show. I think my dad Luke just said we got some people coming in from Philly. I appreciate that, bro. We want as many people coming in as possible from all over. Philly's my area. Shout out to my guys. Shout out to my boy. Well, he's not cracking calamari anymore, but I got Ant. Congratulations on the nuptials, my friend. Got you. Remember, we got Ant. I got you. Your tickets. We gotta do whatever we gotta do to get your tickets. Make sure. And I got you. You're good for your room on Saturday. I forgot my guy who won. but I gotta remember out which one he inboxed me at. Who won the tickets on Wednesday. So we gotta make sure we get you your tickets, and then the guys who won. I think I'm behind on the college football pick'ems and things like that. Oh, and what's the new restaurant you working at? And oh, my guy, you want to know? It's like my guy, Kobe, Bright B5's dad was just talking about you. Talking about the restaurant. I said we can't. No, it wasn't. B5's dad definitely talked about it. I said we can't go there anymore. We got to go to a new restaurant that he works at. And then, Carter Power. I don't know if you remember the guy that I brought over with the Super Bowl, with me. And he was just so impressed. He was like, man, he's never dined like that. Because let me tell you the experience. I'm gonna shout him out. I don't know nothing about the restaurant that he's at, but I'll tell you this: if you're in New Orleans, you have to go support Anthony, and where he's at, because he will make sure your fine dining experience is going to be good. My bad. Sorry. My bad. Somebody. Hold on. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry about that, guys. Gotta help somebody out. Um, but we can go ahead. My bad. Let's start our show off the way we always start our show off with that word of prayer. Go ahead and get that knocked out.
You already know what time it is, dog. Thank you, God, for another day. Thank you, God, for another day. Thank you, God. God is great. All the time. All the time. Nobody. Wanna thank you, God. Thank you, God. Go.
What we got, Jaden?
All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to a morning edition of Big Games BS here on Friday, October 3rd. It is game day weekend. We are facing off against Miami Hurricanes, but before we touch on FSU, welcome to Big Games BS. If this is your first time here at the show, it's called Big Games BS because we bring the good, the bad, and the BS of the sports world, especially football, to your screens, eyes, and ears. Let's start off with our MFTK segment. We're going to have a Mandarin High School score prediction for their game against Rockledge High School that is away. Then we're going to touch on FSU, talk about the game, the tailgate, in depth some more, and some of the news surrounding the team as we get into rivalry weekend. We also have other college football topics to discuss as well regarding teams and players. And then we have the viewing guide to view. And also we're going to make a parlay. Next, going to go to the NFL, starting with an NIL topic. The Knowles in the league. These are the Seminoles who are making a big wave this past week in the NFL. Then we have some Jaguars content. We have some NFL Player of the Month award and have a familiar face in the mix. We're going to talk about the Thursday night football game between the division rivals Rams and San Francisco 49ers that occurred last night. Then have a lot of players to discuss in the NFL section. A lot of good topics ranging from quarterbacks to wide receivers to defensive backs. Then finally, we're going to look at the viewing guide for the NFL, talk about another parlay, and then finish off our show with our Big Games BS section, where we bring the scope of the conversation outside of the typical football world, and we have our BS or busting food review segment to discuss with that. So first things first, Mandarin is playing an away game today at Rockledge High School in Rockledge, Florida. So you see the schedule right here. Today is October the 3rd. James, what is your score prediction, since we do these every week, for the Rockledge versus Mandarin U matchup that's happening tonight at Rockledge?
Rockledge is 2-3. We're going down there. And it's going to be can you Jay, you got the weather, can you pull up the weather channel just so people can know what I'm dealing with for 1,440 funky ass dollars that I get the Wednesday before Black Friday. So I want the people to know, when you're fussing at your high school coach, this is the shit we got to deal with, on top of some of y'all kids are ass. I just want you to realize this, like, because I ain't happy. You know, it's from what I looked at, maybe God's gonna bless us for our sacrifice. But we play football in the state of Florida, and I don't know if people realize that the state of Florida is hurricane capital of the world. And hurricane season ends in November. So the last month of hurricane season is also the first month, which I guess God has a way of doing things. It's the first month of the fiscal year, so everything resets. So like when shit gets fucked up, there's a lot of money available unless there's a government shutdown, which we're currently in a government shutdown. But what's the do we have the hourly break? I can't. You got to blow that up. Even with the glasses, I can't see your screen like that. There we go. Oh shit! Is that Jacksonville or is that Rockledge?
This is Rockledge.
Oh man, never mind. Thank God, bro. When I tell you this shit was like 85% chance of rain yesterday. Oh man. All right, well, we good then. Like it can rain all fucking day. There is nothing on this planet worse than coaching in a fucking tsunami. Playing in it is one thing. Coaching in it stinks. You know why? Because I can't move. You're just cold, and like there's nothing good that comes out of that. So I think I can take a few showers, and because also if I have a full body Mandarin rain suit. Now the only things I have Mandarin rain suit. I have a Bowls rain fit. I have my old gym ESP. I have a gray Nike rain suit. Bottom line, I ain't got nothing that's neutral colors. No FSU rain suit. Those things are hot by nature. So like it's like wearing a sauna suit to protect. It's like you're trying to protect yourself from precipitation while you're currently practicing the act of evaporation on your own body. So like you're wet, you're trying to not be wet, but you're wet anyway. So, but if that's the weather conditions, man, we finna beat the kid ain't here yet. We finna beat the fuck out of them. Like I was gonna give them. I'm gonna say we're gonna hit 45 points again. We're gonna hit 45 points. Our defense loves to talk about us, like when we don't score every fucking drive, which I always tell them, you know how fucking hard it is to score every fucking drive? It's the same. It's just as hard as stopping somebody from scoring every fucking drive, which y'all can't do either. I think Rockledge will have two busted plays. I believe that they'll score. I'm gonna give them 14. So I'm gonna go 45-14. Mandarin University advances to be 6-1, going into a district matchup and homecoming week against the Fletcher Senators. next weekend, which will be streamed. This Rockledge game will not be streamed, even though the weather is going to be held up pretty good, unless somebody wants to come down and they want to hold a camera. I have no problem with that. So we'll figure it out for you if anybody wants to come down and help me out with that.
Safe travels to the Mandarin squad traveling to Rockledge
Got to
later.
make that Buc-ee's stop. Buc-ee's is important, but we have a tradition, right? So it sounds stupid, but it works. So when we went on our state championship run, we went to Buc-ee. We went to Orlando 3 straight weeks, and then we drove to West Palm Beach or right around the Pompano area. The first game we drove, we stopped. We were meeting at Buc-ee's. Our bus driver didn't listen to us how to get there. He passed Buc-ee's, and we had to turn around and come back. But we went down and we beat the fuck out of Winter Park. So we said, we got to play Lake Mary. So just in case, we got to just, maybe that was what worked. So we drove past it, and then we beat the fuck out of Lake Mary. So, just in case, why not? We got to drive the Buc-ee's, past it, came back, beat Seminole. Went to Monarch. Monarch passed them, mercy ruled Monarch in the 4th round of the playoffs. I believe that we lost to Miami Columbus in Tallahassee in the state championship because we did not go past Buc-ee's. Now, I know what you're saying. There is no Buc-ee's to go past. What I'm saying is fuck tradition. I mean, fuck all of that. We should have went at least past the St. Augustine one, but we should have went all the way to Daytona, past Buc-ee's, and then came all the way back and then drove to Tallahassee. Like, that's what should have happened. It didn't happen. I believe that's why we lost the game. So we will make sure we pass Buc-ee's today. We leave at 2:00 to do other things. So
Shout out to Buc-ee's, and we're going to transition to some FSU football talk. First things first, let's get this initial injury report out of the way for the Miami versus FSU matchup right here. So we're going to go to the squad. The players that are out for this game are DeMonte Diggs, Chase Lofton, and Ethan Pritchard. And we have an update on Ethan as well a little bit later on. Questionable Cam Davis, Ashton Barker, and Caleb Lavalley, and then probable TC, Roydell, Javon Boggs, and Kevin Wynn for your Seminole squad. This is just the initial injury report that was posted yesterday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So just want to
need Diggs out there, but I guess they got to put Ethan Pritchard on there, huh?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But what if they just fuck with the world and just put him as questionable? Like, just make him Superman. Like, be like, man, because again, his story is gonna be so cold to me because everybody that I know that got shot in the head and survived, well, not just that they're crazy, but like not even just shot in the head and survived, like just shot and like right now, our best champion right now is a man who got shot in the head and drove himself to the hospital. Like, I ain't punching nobody whose head stopped a bullet. Like, I'm sure there ain't nothing my fist can do to hurt him. Then guy rested dead. My teammate, not my teammate, I never played with my former coaching mate, former Noel, Bradley Jennings, got shot right before the NFL draft. And he drove himself to the house. Actually, he got shot, went to his friend's house, and then drove himself to the hospital. Nah, Bijan didn't, but Bijan got shot, ate them bullets, then came out to many men. When he so again, just another great example. Just them bullets, man. Been hit with a few shells when I don't walk with a limp. Like 50 got shot. Something wrong with him. But I think I think the world of that young man, and I can't wait till he gets back, and I hope he's gonna be able to play ball. So he's got a fan in me. I wish his number was 36 instead of 35 because I would rock it even more. Bijan, Brian, one of them. Brian. It's a B Rob.
Yeah, B Rob.
we all knew who he was talking about.
Want to give a huge shout out to Luke Pettibon because he is on the watch list for the Jason Witten Collegiate Man of the Year award. This award is a big deal because this award goes to a FBS college football player who has demonstrated a record of leadership by exhibiting exceptional courage, integrity, and sportsmanship both on and off the field. The award honors the type of exemplary character and commitment to community, family, and teammates demonstrated by Jason Witten, the 2012 NFL Walter Payton Man of the Year. So shout out to Pettibon for being in the watch list for this prestigious football and overall just well-rounded award. And shout out to Luke. You got all our support for you, man. Good luck, man. Hope you get that award, man. But yes, he is on the watch list for this award. So just want to give you guys an update with that. Moving forward, if you guys did not know, FSU will be welcoming Lee Corso back home Saturday with a day full of celebrations and even an in-game recognition for the FSU legend. So make sure to keep your eyes out for Lee Corso, FSU royalty, and make sure to tune into that in-game recognition. I know it's going to be fire. I know it's going to be great. So can't wait to see our school honor the legend. We mentioned Ethan Pritchard at the beginning of the show, and we have some good news coming from his family, coming from Stuart Moore as well, who reported this topic. Going to share this with you guys right here because it looks like Donald Trump sent Ethan Pritchard a letter from the White House saying, Mr. Ethan Pritchard, Sanford, Florida. Dear Ethan, Melania and I are devastated to learn of your injury. Please know that my administration will never stop fighting to clean up our streets and ensure law and order. Your courage reflects the power of the human spirit, and your tenacity is an inspiration to so many. We hope you find comfort in the love of family and friends, and that you will be uplifted by the abiding strength and support of all those around you. Our thoughts and prayers will remain with you and your entire family. Stay strong. Sincerely, the president. Man, I was not expecting to see this on my timeline.
He ain't write that. He ain't write that shit. Like, nah, but hold on.
Yeah.
Let me preface this. Regardless, phenomenal gesture because they did not have to do that. And that's that's a dope moment for them. The official office of that's an official letter from the White House that somebody said, hey, 4547, this is something we should do. And I think that's cool. That's dope. I don't want nothing written to me if not your tone. Hold on one sec. Hello?
Yep, just want to share this with you guys. And yep, this was a great just form of support for Ethan. Okay, let me share this back with James. He's back right
here. Yeah, nah, man. Listen, this is again, all right, so I'm gonna break this down to how we used to have things because I don't know if it's like that anymore. So colleges used to have there's letters, right? There's letters, and then there's the handwritten note. At my mama's house, I have handwritten notes from college coaches. But then I have a bunch of letters like this that say, hey, hey, James, we're excited to see this football season. And then it's like a stamp. Like, because they got to sign a lot of stuff. But like all that being said, this is a really, really, really dope gesture that they did not have to do. And I appreciate the president for doing that. Like, I'm gonna be like it's like all right, so I'm gonna give a good example. So my grandmother is a humongous Philadelphia Eagles fan. Well, that shit is. Damn it, James. I shouldn't even be thinking like that. That's still kind of dark. But my grandmother's was a big Eagles fan, right? The Eagles are sending her a commemorative ball. And they wrote a letter and they're weaving in personal details about what makes her an Eagles fan. They asked us different things about her, right? So, like, that's a dope thing. They didn't have to do that. 4-5 did not have to do that. There's a lot of things that he did not have to do. And I like this is still dope. That family during this time had the president come in and reach out to him. So all good. Cool. Shoot, like I still think that's crazy. Like I tell people, like, regardless of how you feel about your politics, right? There are only 46 men who have held this office. No, my bad. I apologize because 4-5, 4-7 wasn't the first one that did split terms. I think it's only 44 that have held this office since the country's been around. You may not like the person, but you respect the title. So, yeah. So, thank you, Gianni. 43. So I was wrong. So, bottom line is, it ain't a lot of people that's ever done this. Gerard, don't be trying to push the show. We are going to talk about tomorrow. And man, it's kind of crazy to have a game. You ever, like, anybody else ever have this experience? Any other shows y'all listen to where it's such a great rivalry and you're talking to a person who made he ain't here yet, who made big plays in this game, like actually got your nickname because of this game? Anybody show a hand? Anybody else ever had that? Oh, all right, just me? Okay, all right, cool. I don't know. Maybe they do it on War Chant. Maybe they do it on 247. Maybe they do it on 1010. Maybe they do it anywhere else. But like, I know this. Like, I made plays in these big games. So like, there's one going around. But somebody just inboxed me, said, "Hey, everybody talks about." Again, this is a "what about me" moment now. 20-something years ago, 20-something years later, everybody talks about Greg Jones trucking Sean Taylor. And don't get me wrong, God rest the dead. It was an amazing run truck. But what about me? Nobody ever talks about the block that allowed Greg to run full speed and Sean had to have anybody to slow him down. Nobody ever talks about that. John Vilma wasn't no hoe. That was a grown-ass man that I had to go hit. And I was only 19. Like, nobody talks about the fullback. That's why the country is in the turmoil it's in now. Because the fullback position is not as prevalent. You want to make America great again? Bring back the fullback. Bring back mean, nasty, just diabolical in the way that they play the football game, the game of football type of people. And I see it right now, Jaden. And so this is a great lead up into this kid that I could personally talk about, because you see that's not why I wore the sweatshirt. I just happened to have it on. But like, yeah, let's see. Just right there. Caden, is it Corbin? I don't want to call him Caden. It's Corbin Fordham. His dad played at Florida State. Played offensive line. Todd Fordham. Just giving you guys a history lesson. Just a nasty mother. And I've seen Corbin and that. We played bowls in the spring game. Man, do we have some? Can we get some footage of him? It might be some orange and green on that. That boy took one of our players and sat his ass down on the fucking bench. I was like, you didn't have to unhand him. Do not accost my player. And they, hey, he did what that boy was nice, man. Boy was good. I like him tight end. I don't know how well he catches it because Bowles doesn't have to do it. Bowles has the kid Xander, the Pilgrim I was talking about, that ran for 8 touchdowns. So when you have ran for like half a season's worth of yards. So when you do stuff like that, you really don't need a lot of catches. And they also have Naeem Burrows, who's a really, really good wide receiver. But this kid right here blocks nasty. He kind of reminds me of a white version of Randy Pittman right now. So our halfback, fullback type guy, our H back, pretty fast, aggressive. We're flipping him apparently from Ohio State, which would be a great get. Getting kids who are legacy. Again, I promise you, we could legitimately, for the next 5 classes, we can legitimately just we have enough legacies to make that class big. Like to make those classes really, really good. That know what the standard is, that understand what it's like. And if we can somehow get his older brother, who I think has a little bit more eligibility, he's a linebacker at North Carolina State. That would be another bonus. So that right there, getting him, I like that. That's one of my favorite Bowles players right now. And you guys know me. I ain't saying nothing about no jit that ain't good. Like, well, let me rephrase that. I won't talk bad about a jit, but I'm not gonna say I want him to come to Florida State. Like, it's kids that y'all remember. I saw this young man too who used to play at Mandarin University that's committed to Oklahoma that I told you I didn't want, and he's a 4-star. He's a Under Armour All-American. Let's just watch some of the film. Let's watch some of the clips and let's see. So we got touchdowns here. My bad. All right, so look at how big Bowles' line is, but right there. Ooh, the slice. No. Oh, he ran in the go ball. That's Trinity. Trinity's down this year, but still we see him catching it. All right, we got him here at the wing. No, he's at the true tight end. Boom. Yeah, good catch right there. What were the measurables, Jaden? You don't have to put it up. You can just read it.
He's way too big.
It just looks like that against Trinity.
Oh, okay. I'm like,
he is big, but Trinity's not. This is Mandarin University. Look at the dump off. He's finna get somebody. All right. See, now you don't look as big against us, right? So it's just that they showing the catches. They did not show the clip that. Yeah, I don't want to see that. This is what you got to be able to do. Okay. All right. If you're averaging 10 a catch at tight end, man, you're Gucci, man. That's all we want. You don't need to be. Like, that's just hard to defend, especially when you have a lot of time. And Bowles' offensive line is good, man. So they didn't put none of the nastiness. They didn't put the state that don't you replay the goddamn Mandarin stuff, highlight. Don't be making us look bad. Good pickup right there. We'll continue to hopefully we'll have TJ Cole. I know he's having some technical stuff on here. So we can curse a little bit more until we get the young man on here. And we're gonna show him the proper way to try to be a good example to the youth. You know what would be a good thing that we should play when we do this? So like one of my favorite national anthem renditions is Carl Lewis's national anthem. It's terrible. One, I also think our national anthem needs to be redone. I believe it should be Dreams and Nightmares, or something even that will put a boot in your ass because this is the USA. Whatever what people want. I think Marvin Gaye and Whitney Houston messed up our national anthem by making it sexy. It sounds like we're about to make love to another country. I want to sound like when you hear the German or the Russian national anthem, it sounds like it sounds like bad shit's about to happen. I want people to fear us with the national anthem, right? But there's a song, The Greatest Love of All. I don't want the regular. I don't want the I believe our children are the future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. No, I want Sexual Chocolate's version of I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them the great. Like I want the Eddie Murphy Coming to America version. I think we should play that before they come on. But anyways, though, what we got here? What we talking about? Kickoff time for Saturday tomorrow is 7:30 p.m. But we got the greatest tailgate ever. People are still buying tickets. It is all you can eat, all you can drink. At this point, whatever we have is all you can eat and all you can drink. So ain't nothing left. So if you don't drink it, hey, it ain't there. It's the top of lot 19 because I know a lot of y'all were in those classes where they didn't rotate, and there's nothing wrong with that. We're grown now, right? So Stadium Drive is Spirit Way, is right where lot 19 is. There is a soccer stadium. There's only one soccer stadium at FSU's campus. It is directly across from the soccer stadium. Go to the soccer stadium, look all the way up. There's music, there's a DJ, there's tents, there's food. That's where we at. And you go there, $65. If you got the youths, it's just a donation for the youths. We're going to be up there. We'll have TVs at the tailgate. You do not have to. It's $65. If you want to give a donation, you do not have to donate $10 to the MFTK Foundation. We just put the $10 there because I know a lot of y'all are rich and you don't pay attention. And so we just sneak the money in there. I ain't going to lie to you. I told y'all if I ever become a pastor, I'm going to be the best crooked pastor that you've ever met. We're going to change the community, but I'm taking your funds and we're doing wild shit with your funds. But we're going to have jobs. We're going to do we're going to uplift the community at the same time. And I'm going to say some wild stuff. We only preach a song of songs. That's it. We're not preaching the rest of it. It's going to be a lot of babies made out of the church. And we're going to have the greatest singles ministry of all time, which is most of y'all don't realize that's the church you're going to right now anyway. Your pastor's blowing out backs. And go watch, was it Black Jesus, the old Comedy Central thing? So go watch that, and then that will tell you the way that the church is. We will be, hold on. I'm over here. Hopefully his mom's not watching this yet because we are talking reckless, but she's trying to figure out if he's on yet. Anyways, all right. So that's what's going on with that. Good game coming up this weekend. The U is coming into dope. One of the things that bothers me the most about the University of Miami fan, and I have to say fan because they don't have a lot of fans. They don't have enough to have an S. Why does every Miami fan act like they live in the best parts of Miami? Like they don't. Y'all ain't living in Ball Harbor. Like we have South Beach. South Beach is where, and there's nothing wrong with this. This show is a show that is the fan of. We're community lovers over here. We love. I like I'm a big fan of the L's. Now the other ones, hey, I feel like I'm hypocritical if I like one and I don't like the other ones. Let me rephrase it. I don't necessarily like them. They're cool. I ain't got no problem with them. As long as they're not trying me, I don't try them. The L's are cool though. Like we love, everybody loves a lesbian. But that's where the GBTQs hang out, is on South Beach. So when I hear a Miami player say, we got South Beach, I'm like, that's where the GBTQs hang out. You like hanging out with the GB? It's nothing wrong with that. But then they get mad at me because I suggest that their suggestion of the reason why they like Miami is where the people hang out at. And then you talk about all the other stuff. I'm like, bro, like I've seen some places there. Trailer Hassie, brother, you live in a trailer in Miami. Like that's not cool. It is hurricanes. It's dangerous. And that's the truth.
The new Atlantis.
In a few years, your whole city's gonna be I hope you can swim.
With Aquaman.
And it's a wild city, but like they always talk about that. I can't go to Tallahassee because there's no trailer Hassie. It's this today. I mean, shut up. Like you're living in a city above your means. Just to say that.
I know.
Like I know there's $100,000 in Miami does not go a very long way. And I go there quite often for work now, but like I'm ready to leave. There is entirely too much going on, and the problem is there's so much going on that you can't afford. Now, seafood good. If like, there's a couple Cuban restaurants, it's like a lot of that.
Parking.
No parking. The parking experience is the worst.
Yeah, anywhere in the city.
Like the game when I went to the northern, like I'm definitely just Ubering. It makes absolutely no sense.
Got to.
The food in Tallahassee is not basura. It's just not like that kind of food.
It ain't Miami. Okay, we'll give y'all that.
But no, what I mean is like if you want like you know what I don't like eating in Miami? Soul food.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean.
I don't want to eat no soul food in Miami. Now, if I want some Spanish, yeah, all day. They got better Spanish. Like you're basically North Cuba. It should be better. But like, I don't want no barbecue from Miami. I'm sorry, it's not really great. Not the places I've gone. It's not known for your barbecue. It's not the South. It's not really the South. It's South by map, not by definition. But
Haitian food, okay.
I was asking the Haitian, what do speaking of Haitians, my teammate called me Ray P, and I didn't call Ray P back. Dang it. I feel bad when I don't do stuff like that. But Ray P was the first Haitian that I met.
Okay, I was like, he's not saying the word rapey. So like, what is my brain was trying to figure out rapey. Okay.
Ray P, not Ray, not Ray P.
Like,
okay. My guy, go ahead and talk about the other stuff, Jaden, real quick. Let me go try to see if we were going to be able to get the young man on.
All right, we know we have some Fran Brown fans in the chat and possibly some Syracuse Orange fans as well. So we wanted to share this post courtesy of College Football Kings because Syracuse has one of the oldest players and one of the youngest players in college football this season. So the Orange have both David Reese right here, who's an 8th-year senior, and Demetrius Samuel Jr., who turned 17 in April. So with Mr. Reese right here, as you can see from his career stat log, that he initially enrolled as a true freshman at Florida in 2018. Whew.
Miles, we need this audio from Friday. I need you to go out there and get a job. The word for the day, son, job. J-O-B. Like, it's time, dog. It's not even like, I mean, those are just decent stats. Like, you're not getting to the league, like, with those numbers. Like, you might go play, like, semi-pro or something like that, bro, but, like, this, and you're 6'2", 250. Man, like, that's crazy. Like, that man my age.
So when Reese enrolled as a true freshman in 2018, Samuel Jr. was just 9 years old. And now they are in the same locker room being coached by the same coaches. So, he should be around 25 to 26 years old. That is David Reese. But his first season on college was 2018, 7 years ago. So, man. J-O-B.
At a certain point, bro, like you gotta, man. You know what? Have fun, man. Like Van Wilder was a movie that was big when I was in high school, and it basically mimics the machine's life, but like, brother, you gotta go do something else, man. Like the longer one of the things I will say is the longer you play, the harder it is to get back into the workforce. Like you just gotta start working, man. But like, how do you? Never mind. It doesn't even feel like the same. Like I don't even know if we could say the same stories anymore. Like you can't be like, man, yeah, the girl. Like I don't want to hear a 26-year-old tell me about how fun the girls in college are. Because then I start feeling like, man, you know that girl was like that's a child, right? Like you like you're a grown ass man right now. But yeah, you know what? At least he's not in trouble.
Yeah.
So that we'll go with that.
We want to highlight one of the coldest nicknames in college football as of now, and that is Tokyo Toe. This is University of Hawaii's football kicker, Kansai Matsuzawa, and he has 16 consecutive made field goals to start the season. Mountain West and Hawaii record leads FBS with 16 made field goals, 17 consecutive made field goals dating back to last year. 62 points scored, most in FBS, 7 made field goals of 40 plus yards, also the most in the FBS, 3-time Mountain West Special Teams Player of the Week, and the Lou Graza Award Star of the Week. He is a All-American candidate for the Lou Graza Award. We mentioned him earlier. He had the story about transitioning from moving to Japan to coming to the States to become a kicker in college football. And man, someone bestowed Tokyo Toe upon him. Great nickname for the for the Japanese born kicker. Just wanted to share this with everybody. Thought it was fun, lighthearted. Just wanted to share, even though James, kickers aren't real people at the end of the day.
I mean, you see Cam Little is starting with the Jags are starting to become less of a person to me. Like he was good when he was making it, now he's missing it. Drafted Tokyo Toe.
They got Japan football in Japan. I really want to learn more about.
Yeah, I want to go. Like
I've seen some of the high school football stadiums,
and they be rocking.
They're like on mountaintops and like in beautiful vistas.
Oh, that's cool. Like it would be better if he wasn't like he was from somewhere else. like he was like Filipino or something like that. They just called him Tokyo Toe. Like just a little smidgen. Sometimes a little sprinkle of racism is good. Like it adds a little flavor because like it's an inside joke, right? It was what's the Keanu Reeves was in some movie where he was telling the guy, he's like Konnichiwa, and he was like Konnichiwa is one of them other Asians, and he's like, and I'm Vietnamese. He says, sorry, I didn't realize you were Vietnamese because you speak you talk English. Your clothes are very influenced by American, and you drive a German car. He's like, ain't nothing honorable. Like you ain't proud of none of your heritage. So I was like, damn, it was racist, but then when he explained his racism, it kind of made more sense.
Yeah,
I mean, I get it.
We love race in sports. We try to lie, but
right. It's where it fits.
Yeah,
like it doesn't fit in the real world. Like we just like again, I don't know if we have an updated Joe Bullard, but Joe Bullard got fined $10,000 and suspended for 2 games for saying that the honey bears were the face of Ozempic, which is dumb and whatever. But like, let's be honest. The shit that wasn't even funny. Should have said something stronger if you're gonna get the fine. But like, we like that stuff a little bit. Like,
what brings race together? Like, the Mexican and black fighter.
We have a kid. His name is Felix, and I don't know. I was like, is Felix Spanish? Because our backup quarterback got killed in practice. Bryson did what he had to do. And like the guy was thrown into Bryson, and Bryson just gave him a good old friendly elbow. But like I said, man, that boy Felix is like, is Felix Hispanic? Is he Mexican or something? They're like, why you say? Because he got good chin. Like he didn't get knocked out. He popped up right up like a Mexican boxer. We all know Mexican boxers got good chins.
Yeah, these are the things.
It's less. My bad. Racism is probably the bad way to say it. It's less racism and more of a description.
Right.
It's like when I see we have to take the good with the bad.
Larry and Magic, Caitlin and Angel Reese.
Oh yeah.
We got the last boxing match we just had,
Canelo and Bud.
Yeah, and Bud. It's always there.
And they tried to make because Canelo is white, a white Mexican or Irish Mexican or whatever. He looks redhead. He's redhead, and so they were like, "Hey, we can use our old tropes here,
and sell it,
and that's how they sell stuff. So, and it becomes fun to watch. And then the only problem is we used to be able to turn it off for a little bit. Like now it's like it rolls over into politics, it rolls into everything else. Like we need a fucking break, man.
That's true.
Like, you know, like I like when people just assume my sons are fast. Like I don't want them to. You want to be like it's like the little Muppet. Did you know that 1 in every 36 black boys suffers from not being able to play basketball? It's a disease. Like it sounded so serious, but just think about it. You're going to the blacktop, which they don't call it that no more. You're going out there and you ready to hoop, and everybody's like, "Woo! I know I'm picking him.
Yep.
I know we finna win." And then you can't even dribble. You can't jump. You can't play man. No, they'd be so disgusted with you. They'd be mad. Like you don't fulfill not one of the stereotypes. But anyways, I bet Tokyo To is a dope name, though, by the way. There's a black rapper named Tokyo Tony and ain't shit Tokyo about her. Just be stealing names. Or is it Tokyo Jets? No, it's Tokyo something.
Yeah, something like that.
So since FSU and Miami are facing off tomorrow, they are some of the most high-powered offenses in the FBS, and we have the numbers to prove it. You see FSU is actually at the top of this list for the best offenses in the FBS per points per game scored. FSU is leading the top of this list with 53 points. Only 1 point above Texas Tech and 2 points above Tennessee. You see FSU is 53. Let's go to Miami. They're in the third column. You see that green sticking out. They are accumulating 36.8 points per game as well. So, man, this should be the shootout from these numbers right here, James, with the best offenses.
Let Miami fan tell you it's because their schedule is so difficult. That's why it's not as high as it is. I'm so tired. I'm so ready for this game to be over. And if we win, and I'm a little unhinged, I'm going to try to let it be for a little bit of time because I'm going to move forward. But it's because of the amount of dumb shit that I just hear, and I just don't. It doesn't have to be this way. Like, I don't necessarily believe. I don't know what's up there or what's below us. But I do know if karma is a real thing, the reason why you have never been back is because you talk too fucking much. Like you don't even know how to handle success. It's like you disrespect your own. Like I played against some of the greatest collection of talent that Miami's ever seen. Those 01, 02, 03 teams was fucking insane. The 01 Miami team is always in consideration for the greatest college football team of all time. They said last year's team was better than 01. They're saying this year's team might. Every time they have something that's a little good, they go to the most extreme.
They use the new stats to try and twist we know what we saw back in.
Right. Man, those like your weakest spot was Ken Dorsey, and he wasn't bad.
Right.
Like he was really, really good at just distributing the ball to the playmakers that were there. He didn't need to do anything. There were motherfuckers everywhere.
Stats don't always matter, as we can see by Restrepo.
Restrepo was the greatest wide receiver, and he's watching this show with you. And there's nothing wrong with Restrepo. Restrepo's like it's cats. And I try to stay out of it. But there's a quarterback that nobody outside of the University of Miami would know who he is. That is talking reckless about Florida State. Really? I had to figure out right now. I'm trying to remember his name. He wasn't like. Here's your list of quarterbacks from Miami. You got the porn star with the teeth that ended up transferring out. You had the guy who ended up going to Kentucky that sucked. You had Felicia's son from Friday. That the best quarterback you've had in recent years is mother's claim to fame was playing a crackhead in a Beloved Hood movie. And like it's just the bravado, the bombastic. It's like, and they are good, right? They are good. But Jesus Christ, shut the fuck up. And then they were like, oh, they're saying they have 8 Banes. First off, Bane is good. Bane is good. We do have some good D linemen. I don't know if we've anybody who said we have 8 Banes, but y'all motherfuckers are talking about Bane like he's y'all got 8 Warren Sapps. Every linebacker is always Murder Ray. Everybody is this. Like, this is the greatest second. Like, just y'all told us James Williams was Ed Reed and Sean Taylor combined. And we told you all we suggested was that he's a linebacker, and that's what he ended up playing in the league anyway. We told you that your other safety that plays for the Rams was slew-footed, not knee, paratoed, and didn't have and looked like he was running in the mud. And that's what happened. We told you that Mario lacks in-game management, and then you tell us about how he's the greatest. And I'm like, guys, let these guys all have potential. Let them fill out. Like, let them serve a purpose. And anybody tells me, I said, there has not been a hurricane of note that has hit Tallahassee since 2002. And that can be for real life, or it could be for the hurricane. It can speak. Like, what's funny is I realize a lot of my jokes, because that's actually a true statement. But like in real life, but it's also there hasn't been. You can't. Like, I'm about to go up to my 25th high school reunion. Like, I'm getting up there and long in the tooth, bro. That's a long time. A lot has happened since then, and they've had some good teams, and I think a lot of times is they put the pressure on these guys, and they can't hold up to the pressure because you're having them chase ghost. But we can go on to the next thing. They're making me mad. I think Jaden's on me. All right.
So let's take a look at the college football viewing guide for this weekend's slate of games, courtesy of Projection Sports. So we're going to start off with each of the game providers and then work our way down that way. So starting with the column on the furthest left-hand side, and we're going to go down first, starting with ABC. You have Kentucky at Georgia, Vanderbilt at Bama, Miami at FSU. And then on the ACC network, you got Boston College at Pitt, Syracuse at SMU, Big Ten Network, Illinois at Purdue, then Washington at Maryland should be a good game as well. Some other notable games. You have Penn State at UCLA, the Blue Out on CBS. FIU is at UConn. And on the CW, Wake Forest is at Virginia Tech. So this is the ESPN slate of games. You have Clemson at North Carolina, Texas at Florida going to the Swamp, Texas Tech at Houston, and Duke at Cal. Iowa State is facing Cincinnati. Virginia is facing Louisville, and Kansas is going to Orlando to play UCF. Wisconsin at Michigan, and Colorado is at TCU on Fox as well. Michigan State's playing Nebraska, Boise State at Notre Dame, Minnesota at Ohio State, Kent State at Oklahoma, Mississippi State at Texas A&M as well. These are some other games. If you guys want to tune in, they're going to be on ESPN Plus. Kansas State at Baylor, Oregon State, Appalachian State, South Alabama at Troy, and some more games as well. So, with these games in mind, we have the Hard Rock Bet app open. So, James, from those games, we recently discussed what picks are you choosing for this week in college football?
All right. I'm going. Oh, man, I'm gonna go Western Kentucky though. I know nobody cares about that, but I just like Western Kentucky. Damn, that was jeez. You can't even. South Florida's like 8,000. That's crazy. All right, let's just keep going down. All right, no, don't like that. Clemson, North Carolina. Damn, that mm, yeah, nah, we're good. Scroll down. I don't even want to touch that. Um, nope. Some of these games I just wouldn't touch with a. Okay, here we go. Nope, never mind. Don't want to do that either. All right, here we go. Iowa State. Iowa State's beating Cincinnati. That's what the fuck? Wait a minute. Hold on. How is the number? See, this doesn't make any sense. How's the number 14 team in the nation the underdog? Again, then they shouldn't be the number 14 team in the nation. I would say Kentucky with the points. Georgia can't score 20, can't beat anybody by 20 points. By 21. Keep going down. Keep going. Wake Forest gonna beat Virginia Tech. Damn, there's a lot of games nobody gives a damn about. Like they got degenerates in this shit. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, let's just keep it top 25. Penn's I'm just not loving those spreads, man. All right. Texas is beating. Can I give me Texas minus 4.5? That's the Jamie French is gonna whoop that ass. He's getting in. I'm not saying he started, he's getting in. Alabama's beating Vanderbilt. Virginia's getting points on Louisville? Give me Virginia. Even though I can see how they'll lose to Louisville. Let's see, what's the Texas Tech Houston? I'm gonna take Texas Tech minus 12.5. FSU plus 155. And something in my stomach tells me that this is the week Mississippi State does it. Mississippi State's a pretty good ball club. So let's see. What does that get? What's $5 get me with that? We got to go back over this. I need to like post something, update, like see how bad I did against the spread. Yeah, I'm gonna go do that. $5 give me 25,000. I like that. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna roll with that one. Yeah. Texas, Florida, definitely a Mandarin U reunion, Bert. Saw two of the guys at our game against First Coast last Friday. So I like my odds. I might be 25,000. We may bless a member of the chat. That might be one of the things I do. Just make one of them crazy stupid bets, and then if I win, have y'all cheering me on, and we'll bless the members of the channel. Okay, a lucky member. Like we'll do a giveaway or something.
All right, let's get into the NFL. We're going to do something similar with the NFL slate of games later on in the show as well, looking at the viewing guide and also the parlay as well. But we're going to get through some NFL content, excuse me. First and foremost, starting with the NILs, that is the Knowles in the league who have been doing some damage in week 4. So we have right here, you got first in the middle, Brian Burns, 5 total tackles, 4 solo tackles, 1 sack, and 4 QB hits versus the Chargers. Then from left to right, Jalen Ramsey versus Minnesota, 4 total tackles, 2 solo tackles. Derwin James, 8 total, 4 solo, half a sack, 1 QB hit versus the Giants. Jared Verse, 6 total tackles, 4 solo tackles, 1 sack, 2 QB hits versus the Colts. Josh Sweat, 2 total tackles, 1 sack, 1 QB hit versus Seattle. And Mario Edwards Jr. had 1 TFL versus the Tennessee Titans. So, man, keep doing your things. NIL. And, man, hopefully we get to have more NILs on this infographic for the Seminoles. So, huge shout out to the guys and keep doing what you're doing. So, from the NILs, let's go with another thing that's closest to our hearts, the Jacksonville Jaguars, Duval's team, 904's team. We have an update courtesy of Mia O'Brien for you guys. That Trayvon Walker, the star defensive edge rusher, had a surgical procedure on his wrist, and this was yesterday. This was posted October 2nd, 10:30 a.m. around that time. But is gonna, quote, do everything in his power, unquote, to play on Monday, James. And that is per Liam Cohen, who said this about Trayvon Walker. Do you think this is a good idea for Trayvon to, some will say, rush this surgical procedure and try to play against the Chiefs in Monday Night Football?
Probably not, but they're probably gonna put a good hard cast on him to where it won't be that bad, but they definitely need him as he's definitely somebody that's needed. Like their defensive line is just completely different with him, the man with 2 last names, and Armstead. So him not being there definitely makes that defense weaker, and the defense is what has to carry this team, because regardless of what people want to believe, like again, a lot of y'all, when we make these reels and these shorts, a lot of people really want to defend Trevor Lawrence for some reason, and it's not a knock. There is nothing to defend. You do not have to, like, Trevor's not going to let you fuck. Like, Trevor needs to be saved from himself. Like, the defense got 3 turnovers and we barely won that game. Because our quarterback doesn't understand. He has a situational awareness of a blind man and a blind man walking in a landfill. I mean, a landmine field. Like, you have to save him. Like, you need him, basically. Bottom line is we need Trayvon out there.
Definitely need Trayvon. He is a force for the trenches for the Jags. And speaking of another force, James, we're going to shout out to Devin Lloyd, give a big shout out to the AFC Defensive Player of the Month, number 0, our linebacker, Devin Lloyd. Man, he has been putting on a masterclass of tape, of defense. He is definitely deserving of the AFC Player of the Month award. James, do you know who the last Jaguar is to receive the AFC
Calais.
Defensive Player of the Month award?
Oh, you said month.
Yes.
Damn, that looks like that looks dated. So, damn, who was it?
It was actually linebacker Mike Peterson, all the way
Jesus
back
Christ.
in December 2005. So this is according to the
Still
Jacksonville
in college.
Jaguars. Yep. 20 years ago is the last time a Jaguar won the AFC Defensive Player of the Month award, and another linebacker actually took the award. So huge shout out to Mike Peterson, but huge shout out to Devin Lloyd on getting that prestigious award. Shout out to him, man. Hopefully these awards keep raking in for the Jaguars defense.
That value is going to keep going up, and somebody's going to overpay for him. Good for him. Just hope it ain't us.
And it looks like the linemen on the other side of the ball might be getting a pay raise as well if they keep on keeping on, because the offensive line for the Jags have only allowed 3 sacks this season. That is actually tied for first and fourth in rushing yards too. So James, it looks like every piece is moving along great except for one very, very important piece behind that offensive line. But it seems everybody's clicking. I know you had some trouble on that receiving tip, but on the run game, looks like it's great. The trenches looks like it's great. Linebacker play, great. You may have some questions in the secondary position, but man, James, a few important pieces are what's missing for the Jazz, because you see, we cover them every week. A lot of things are going good for them, though, this year. A lot of things are going good for them. But, man, how can they get a W against the Kansas City Chiefs on Monday night, James?
Do all the shit that they've been doing and just, again, protect Trevor from himself. They're 18 seconds away from being undefeated. And you have to step on the other team's neck. Like, that's one of the things that a lot of people don't realize. The timing and when you score is important. Get up is why they say 20. I don't know if this generation does that. We used to call it resetting the PlayStation. You get up 3 scores and you don't play anymore. You stop the game. Like, that game's over when you're playing your friends. 21 skunk. And that has a lot to do with football. And it can sometimes your best offense can dictate what another offense does by continuing to score.
Right.
And we don't. And just like, man, you don't have to, like, just making completions. Like, it's hard to, like, really, again, critique Trevor, because you don't want to say anything bad about him because he has all the tools to be great, but he just doesn't.
Yeah.
Put it like this: if Patrick Mahomes were here with the Jags and we created 3 turnovers, do you think we would only win by 5 points?
That's the part. Yeah, right.
Like, you like, that's how you know when you have a top 5 quarterback. We can go Josh Allen. Josh Allen gets 3 turnovers. You think we only win by 5 points? Hell, Buddy from the Chargers. I could go down a lot. Go down the list. And that's why it's frustrating. It's not that he's not good. It's not that he can't be good. It's not that I'm not even suggesting he's a bust. What I'm suggesting is he hasn't done anything to earn you $50 million annually, but you've paid him there and you have to protect him from himself. He is a high-value game manager. And there's nothing wrong with that. There is something wrong with trying to make him into something that he's not.
Yeah,
and he doesn't know that he's not that. You know who knows what they are and is flourishing? Mac Jones. Remember on this show, a guy said, Mac Jones might be a better fit. It might be a better player than Trevor. I don't know where I don't think we pinned it, but it gets a lot of comments in there where people are really talking bad about me. Like, just man, just chill out. That's all I'm asking, man. That's all I'm asking is just managing. And Mac Jones is out there. Mac looks like Mac Jones is the old white man at the YMCA that just knows how to hoop. Like, just knows how, like, he ain't finna go out there and just kill it, right? But you always want him on your team. Again, he plays the game like a 1980s NBA point guard. That's the key to winning. Distribute the ball to your playmakers. You don't need to win the game at quarterback. That's why they have. People talk about with America. Damn, this is crazy. America was great. was when when the white quarterbacks knew their place. They got the ball to the fast coloreds, and they made all the money and got all the praise. It's literally has not changed. You can literally do that and be one of the. You want to know how I know? Look at Tom Brady. Now Tom Brady didn't have. Tom Brady always had a good ass white boy, a Wes Welker. Who's the other one that they're trying to put in the Hall of Fame that none of us believe is a great wide receiver? Julian Edelman, like the Julian Edelmans. Good wide receiver, just not Hall of Fame. Let's not get crazy here. Yeah, the system guy, but there's nothing wrong with that. The beauty of a system is the system working. Yeah, he was one of them. The funniest part about that was supposed to be a black guy named PK Sam, but he decided he didn't want to go to workouts.
Wes Welker?
No, I mean it was either him or Julian.
Oh, really?
Like that was who like they had in the slot, and they drafted PK, and PK was like, anyways, PK Sam and so Anquan Bolden and what's my guy who got kicked off the team? Wide receiver Adrian McPherson are three guys that cost me national championship rings. I believe if Anquan Bolden comes back in 03, we win the national championship in 03. I believe if PK comes back in 04, we win the ACC and we win the national championship. And I believe if Adrian Peterson was our quarterback for my last 3 years, we winning it all. Because Adrian Peterson was that good. So, anyways, just some real quick, got an update on our guy Ethan Pritchard. Y'all mind if I give y'all some good positive news? Shout out to Stuart Moore. Check out Stuart Moore. He's doing an inside the ICU room with Ethan Pritchard, the dad, and his dad Earl. He is standing up in his wheelchair. Like he can't walk very, very far, but he's standing up in the wheelchair. He is getting off the ventilator today.
Awesome.
And he will be transferred to Brooks Rehab here in Jacksonville, Florida. So you know what that means. We're going to go over there. We're going to show him some love. We're going to make sure they feel as comfortable here in Duval as possible. So I'm going to make sure I get over there to see those guys. I'm going to invite them out to the if they want to come watch some football next Friday. Come out, bring them out to Fletcher. And you know, damn, that makes feel kind of good right there. Like that's my family. But we're gonna make sure that kid gets loved up over there.
We talked about the AFC Defensive Player of the Month, so let's run through each of the Player of the Month award winners. So, gonna start out with the AFC Offensive Player of the Month, James Cook, 401 rush yards, 5 rush TDs, and 89 reception yards. We mentioned Devin Lloyd, 17 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 3 interceptions, 1 fumble recovery. Then you have special teams Spencer Schrader as well, 51 points, 12 of 12 in PATs, and 13 of 14 in field goals. Let's switch to the other side, the NFC, and discuss the NFC Offensive Player of the Month. That is Bijan Robinson, 314 rush yards, 1 rush touchdown, 270 receiving yards, and a receiving touchdown. Then Byron Young on the defensive side of the ball, 23 tackles, 5 sacks, 7 tackles for loss, and 1 forced fumble. And finally, Brandon Aubrey, should be no surprise, 38 points, 11-11. PATs, 9 of 9 for field goals, and field goals that were 50-plus yards. He went 4 for 4. So shout out to all these players of the months in their respective conferences. Moving along with the NFL, let's discuss the Thursday night football game that happened last night between the NFC division rivals, the San Francisco 49ers, who are led by Mac Jones, and the LA Rams. So let's get this pulled up for you guys. And that is the official score from the game last night. It was 26-23. 3. Yes, the San Francisco 49ers, led by Mac Jones, got the dub. So we got some pictures right here. But before we get into the game, let's just shout out Kyle Shanahan because these are the notable injuries he had to deal with last night. Brock Purdy out with the toe injury. Ricky Pearsall, knee. Brandon Ayuk, knee. Jawan Jennings, ankles, ribs. Ben Barch, linebacker, ankle. George Kittle, hamstring. And Nick Bosa, knee. And yes, yes, yes. Also, according to Ian Rappaport, Mac Jones playing through a PCL sprain originally from training camp. So a PCL sprain, what that is, PCL stands for posterior cruciate ligament, and this is when the ligament is stretched, torn, or ruptured. And Mac Jones is wearing a bulky brace, goes down hard, grabbing his knee in a lot of pain. He was getting banged up in last night's game. And knowing this shows you how much of a dog he is and was because, man, he was a joker out there on that field because he went 33 of 49, 342 yards in the air. And he also had 2 touchdowns as well. So, James, according to StatMuse, read it, man. Mac Jones has gained the most passing yards per game this season with 301.7. And might I add that his roster is not the same as Brock Purdy's once was. He is playing with the bench players. So, let's take a look at some more stats for you guys right here before we get into the box score associated with this game. So moving along, let's look at this picture courtesy of ESPN Insights because the 49ers closed against the Rams as an 8.5 underdog according to odds by ESPN Bet. They haven't won a game outright as that big of an underdog since 2011, 14 years ago, week 4 at the Eagles as a 9.5 underdog. So let's also get into the box score. We are finally here. Let's share this. And also, we're going to go through the team stats as well. So, Mac Jones, 33 of 49, 342 yards in the air, averages 7 yards per completion. And he had 2 touchdowns as well. He got sacked 1 time, 9 yards, had a QBR of 69.9. Matthew Stafford, 30 of 47, 389 yards, average of 8.3 yards per completion. And he had 3 touchdowns in the air as well. Got sacked once for 11 yards and had a QBR 54.7. CMC, 22 carries, 57 yards. Kyron Williams, 14 carries, 65 yards. Christian McCaffrey had a receiving touchdown. He also had 8 receptions for 82 yards. But James, Kendrick Bourne and Mac Jones teaming up like they did in New England because he had 10 receptions for 142 yards. Devontae Adams, 5 receptions, 88 yards. Puka Nacua, 10 receptions for 85 yards and a touchdown in the air. And Kyron Williams had 2 touchdowns through the air, 8 receptions for 66 yards. The Rams had fumbled twice, courtesy of Matthew Stafford and Kyron Williams at the goal line.
I could kill Kyron for that fumble.
Nate Landman led the Rams defense in total tackles with 14, and Marquise Sigel led the San Francisco defense in tackles with 13. Jared Verse had 6 total tackles, 4 solo, and he had a tackle for loss. But James, he was hitting Mac Jones like crazy because he contributed to half of the Rams' QB hits alone with 5 QB hits.
It was crazy because he was doing well, but at a certain point, boy, Trent Williams was bodying his ass. But it's crazy. It's like it just shows like how when you have a good matchup, how both get each other. But this game just players and coaches not understanding what their player like that the players aren't having their best day or not reading the room. You talked about Mac Jones' injury, right? Did you see the last hit Jared Verse laid on Mac Jones? Or did you watch the game?
No, I didn't. I didn't tune into the game, but I've
So
seen the hits and stuff
the
online.
Mac, that last hit, like it took Mac it took a lot of, he had to will himself off the ground. So when you see that, and they kick the field goal, and you're in a 4th-and-1 situation, I'm kicking the field goal, and I'm forcing Mac Jones, who can barely walk at this point, to beat me. And it just made no sense for why they did things the way that they did things. So I blame coaching at the end. I also blame the running back for fumbling the ball on the, like, well, you're damn near walking into the goddamn end zone. But yeah, that's and then the kicker. Is that the play right there? The like one-on-ones?
Yeah, I just want to add this funny picture to show how much Jared Verse was all over Mac Jones. And yes, there's the questionable 4th down play called by Sean McVay as well. Mac Jones was getting banged up, but you can expect all of these things to happen in a division rivalry game. So anything is up in the air. Let's take a look at the team stats as well. Let's take a look at the team stats in this overtime matchup as well. So if you take a look right here, they both had the same number of first downs, but the Rams were pretty poor on 3rd down, and the 49ers are a little bit better. 49ers went 7 of 18, while the Rams went 4 of 8. Total yards, the Niners had 407 compared to the Rams, who had 456. The Rams averaged 7.1 yards per play compared to the Niners getting 4.9. Passing, similar numbers. The Niners had 333 yards, Rams had 378 as well. Rushing, only 4 yards difference. Both did not crack 100 rushing yards, and they had their fair share of penalties. 8 penalties, 44 yards for the Niners, and 5 penalties, 36 yards for the Rams. Rams lost 2 fumbles, and the Rams had 14 minutes less than the Niners of time of possession, James. 40 minutes compared to 26 minutes by the Rams in their time of possession difference for you right there. So, man, great game, close game, overtime prime game happened last night. And looks like many people online had a lot of discourse to say about Sean McVay in that infamous 4th-and-1 play call, James. So, man, sometimes things can't go your way and you roll the dice. Sometimes, hey, they are not going to hit, but great game nevertheless. Great game. We actually have some news from Puka Nakua. So, shout out to Puka Nakua because he is the fastest player to reach to get the most catches in his 5th season. Sorry about that. So with his 8th catch of the night and 50th of the season, Puka Nakua now has the most receptions by a player in his team's first 5 games of a season in NFL history. So Nakua passed his former teammate Cooper Kupp, who had 49 receptions through the Rams' first 5 games of the 2022 season. Sorry for misspeaking earlier, got a little bit confused, but Puka Nakua, yes, all you need to know that is he is him, and man, he has been going off, catching all of the passes Matthew Stafford throws his way. So shout out to Puka Nakua, and shout out to the Rams and Niners for playing a great game that happened last night. Puka Nakua owes a lot of credit to Matthew Stafford, a elite quarterback. And James, it looks like this quarterback is elite in something other than football, and that is miming. So Shador Sanders was recently asked questions about Dylan Gabriel and what he thinks about him getting that starting job in this upcoming week. And this is what Shador had to say, or what he had to express.
Third quarterback. Vocally, anything to say?
I guess this one more. I guess what do you think? You have to show, show to the coaches just to have them have that belief in you that you can, be ready.
What can you say?
How much has Joe been important to both you and Dylan in terms of your guys' development to this point?
So, James, now the question I ask you is, was the miming a good look for Shador Sanders with the recent news of Dylan Gabriel becoming that starter while he's still QB3 on the roster?
First off, I've seen so many people making a big deal of this that it just really baffles me.
It's benign.
One, nobody interviews quarterback 3. So why are you're doing this on purpose? Secondly, what do you want him to say? This isn't why he's not playing. He's not playing because they don't think he's better, or they don't think he provides them a better chance to win.
Just not be ready.
And that too. And there's clips, there's actual factual data to show that. What I don't like is people feeding into the narrative of why he's not playing. So for every Rex Ryan, for every person that quote tweets this and says that this is the reason why he's not playing, all you do is feed into the narrative that the Cleveland Browns are an unserious organization and that there is some blowback for him being a dynamic personality as much like his father. You're actually giving them all the fuel and ammunition to call you what the fuck a lot of you are, and some hypocrites. You say, how dare you speak like this? How dare you interview him? They're not interviewed. They don't interview this far back. Quick, who's the Jaguars' third string quarterback? I covered them and don't know.
I don't even know who's after Travis.
Most teams don't have third string quarterbacks that aren't practice squad players. He did. I thought that was funny. The only thing that we should really be critiquing him is his hair.
I was gonna ask, what is that?
What the fuck are we doing right now?
I thought I got too old.
Yeah, it's not a lot of hair there up top. Because you look at how many braids, only a few braids, and it made them thick braids either. There's some thin ones right there. And we know his dad. His dad had to go get the ass hair put on the top of his head in Turkey. Nothing wrong. I mean, hey, listen. Deion was bald.
You think
Deion was bald, dog. He went to Turkey, and they take hairs from where you're growing hair, typically the derriere region, and then they implant those into your head.
So where his braids start, that's his actual hairline you're assuming.
No. He has hair. I was talking about his pops. What I'm saying is where he should, they either need to edge that, there are kids who they'll cut that down. Or we need to get a little braid. We need to braid them up a little bit higher.
I don't understand.
Because I don't know what we're doing here. It's a little wild. That ain't, boy, that hair is full. That's at least a toddler.
Yeah.
That ain't baby hair.
It's so distracting.
Yeah, that's the real thing. That's why you can't talk.
It's like, you see my hair.
Like, you know, like we're like
I'm going
his
through
hair,
it right now.
his hair is saying all of the shit, saying everything that we want, like we need him to say. Like, this is what we really need to be talking about. Look at him. Look at him. No quarterback three. That's not the way a quarterback should be dressed or handling himself. Look at that beard. He's not tapered. Get him out of there. We want our quarterbacks clean cut. I think some of the stuff that we're giving, that I'm not saying I don't want to be like, my critiques of Shedeur are clearly performance based. I've been consistent. I think he was a good college player, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with being a good college player. I think a lot of people were good college players that didn't translate to the NFL. All this other stuff, man, like they're making it a circus.
Yeah. The reporter got what they wanted.
You don't have to talk to him.
Right.
Like you shouldn't be talking to him. He has no effect on the game until he plays. You didn't ask Dylan Gabriel any of these questions in the beginning when he was the backup. And now Dylan Gabriel's going to go stink it up. And then everybody's going to say, this is why I just play him at this point.
Speaking of the Browns, so construction has finally begun in Brook Park at the future dome site of the Browns. The $2.4 billion stadium and $1 billion private development make up the largest economic project in Northeast Ohio history and the fourth largest in the state. Per the team, we got some photos of this right here. Just want to update you guys on this as well, since we were discussing the Cleveland Browns. And we're going to move from the Browns to their division rival, AFC North rival, the Baltimore Ravens, because, man, they have some injury dilemmas on their squad. So, courtesy of Jamison Hensley, Ravens QB, Lamar Jackson did not practice for a second straight day with a hamstring injury. This was posted yesterday. And safety Kyle Hamilton, groin, also didn't practice Thursday after being limited yesterday. Yesterday is referring to Wednesday. So for any of my Lamar and any of the Baltimore Ravens fans that are listening, we just wanted to give you guys an update on the injury tip with some of the more notable players on your squad. And man, it's not looking good for the Ravens flock as of right now with their defense and with this news with their injuries as well. So man, looks like Derrick Henry put the over on Derrick Henry, man. That's what. So sorry for all my Ravens fans out there, man. It's not
Cooper Rush time. Nobody's interviewing. Have we heard an interview from Cooper Rush? Like, nobody wants to talk to Cooper Rush, who's actually going to be playing. That's what I'm saying, dog. Like,
I got a question for you about Lamar. A new take on Lamar that people are starting to come to. Have you heard it? About because he was judged so unfairly when he came out and there was a lot of tinge of racism behind it, people are afraid to judge him now as harshly as so he's getting a little bit coddled. Do you agree or disagree with that?
I don't agree with that. I agree that people was judged very harshly coming out, but like people like when they talked about his interceptions, they talked about a lot of stuff, and I'm like, have y'all ever seen who he throws to? Like, they drop a lot of his like, it's wide ass open receivers that just drop stuff out. A lot of people put the blame on him for the loss, not because of obviously my man dropped it in the AFC Championship, but they talked about things that he didn't do in the first half.
Yeah, that led up to that.
That led up to that. Lamar, the thing that's happening to Lamar is what I said would happen to him years ago. I talked about this on the Sports Den when me and Denny were doing it, and he is everything that we wanted Michael Vick to be. Everything we pretend Michael Vick was. Michael Vick was not an accurate passer. He had a cannon arm. He was very, very fast. Michael Vick was a single wing quarterback. He was just what we do with the hood in Pop Warner associations. Iconic. We loved him because I'll say this. He benefited, Michael Vick benefited from us. Like everybody loves Jordan now, right? I've never been a Michael Jordan was the greatest fan. I recognize his greatness. I like Michael Jordan, but I have never in my life wanted to be like Mike. I hated those commercials, orange and yellow Gatorade. The only reason I like yellow Gatorade now is because I'm old. And I don't like, I've had so much flavor from my snacks in my life. I enjoy plain stuff. I eat plain Lay's potato chips. I eat Fritos. I eat Ruffles. I like lemon. I actually am the only coach that will drink the lemon lime Gatorades in the office because, one, I think they refresh you better for some reason. Don't know why. It's just my go-to. I see all the other colors, want no parts of that. But during that time, there was a guy by the name of AI that came on. And AI was a 180 from Mike. And that was like, you can't, what bothers me is all these so-called guys who were from the urban area. The only thing we liked about Jordans in the hood were the shoes, and those were because they were limited edition. I mean, they didn't put out a lot of it, and all the dope boys wore them. And they were fly. I ain't gonna lie. But I like Reeboks. I liked AI. I like his braids. I liked his commercials. I liked all of the different things that AI stood for. AI was unapologetically who he was. And then we got an opportunity to see that with Vic. They were both from the VA area, both this, and like just so much different than what was being shoved down our throats that I loved it. And his shoes was fire. The Vicks, man, the Vicks was hot. So, but Lamar Jackson is what we wanted Michael Vick to be. Yeah. Well, really, to be honest with you, not really. Randall, I don't remember. Well, you know, I remember Randall Cunningham, but I don't know what his stats were. I don't remember. Like, I was a child when Randall Cunningham was the guy in Philly,
Right?
And that was my grandmother's. My grandmother loved and also my grandmother loved AI. She loved Allen Iverson, and she loved Randall Cunningham. But like, Lamar Jackson is actually a really good quarterback that can run. But I did say this. What happens when you age and you're no longer the fastest person on the field? This is what we're seeing. He has the hamstring issue. He has to learn how to, and I think he's going to be fine with that.
It starts out as injuries.
Yeah, like it's just like he needs to advance his game, and I think he's capable of doing that because he's not a bad quarterback. I just think we see the hue, the tint on his skin, and the fact that he's the best athlete on the field typically.
Yeah.
And it makes us want to put him in the Cam Newton lights, which was, again, the real evolution of Mike Vick was Cam Newton.
They have to be shown that you can build around that type of quarterback.
Right. And when he's been successful, they've had the offensive, like Monken or somebody like that wants to do that. Most guys, and the problem with the NFL and why it seems to be crazy, because they haven't been able to adapt to the fact that the college football game is spread. And the NFL, that's why they call it pro-style offenses. Pro-style offenses meaning like you had to fit the mold of the NFL. And now the NFL has very few have quickly adapted to the change. And there's reasons why, because again, the field is different. But when you have wide receivers that don't know how to run the routes properly, because you don't have to be able to do that in the spread system. If you're just bigger, faster, and stronger than everybody else, you can get away with a lot of shit. And they do it in high school. Like, we get away with a lot of shit. Like, B5 can get away with a lot of shit. B5 could be a lot better than what he is. It's also 15. But like when he really adapts to running routes, like just crisp routes all the time, like I remember and understanding what we're trying to do, he's going to be better. Like we have a slant wheel concept with the back. And the one thing you can't do on the slant wheel concept is you can't do that Harlem Shake shit that all these trainers like to show. It throws off the timing. And I told him, he's like, well, coach, I got to get open. I said, actually, no, you don't. You need to run the slant. And what's going to happen is either he's going to follow you or he's going to stay where he's at. If he stays where he's at, you get the ball. If he follows you, the wheel route gets the ball. If you don't fucking move, then you and the wheel route are in the same place and the guy can guard two people at one time. And anyways, my bad. Sometimes we start talking ball and I got to but my long story short is Lamar is he's not young anymore. Well, he's old in football. He's my age in football years. So like Tom Brady was a grandpa playing when he was playing.
Let's take a look at one of your favorite players in the league, James, a rookie up in the Big Apple who is
B.
making his presence in the locker room from his teammates. You can see that they love his energy, just a hard worker, gritty, first one in, last one out type of guy, you know. But the Giants players were imitating Cam Scatterboo, and man, it was hilarious. And stay tuned for the guest star.
And Dove Kleiman didn't have a problem with this? Oh, look at the Dove being. I love that for Doug. You know, Dove loved. Don't nobody love the paint color than Dove. Is that a lady? That's another question.
Yo, what up, Big Blue? It's 4, 4, and 6 in the trap.
Hey, let's go!
Wow.
Oh.
Was it?
He may say no back.
Actually, get up. He's on one of these right here. He shake his head.
Boom. Boom. Oh.
I don't really like this one. It's really mean, and I don't like the people who are mocking me, and this is not okay. I'm just kidding.
That makes me like him even more, dog. Boy, I love a good white running black. Boy, ain't nothing better than that, dog. Especially that right there, dog. It's gotta be, see, like again, it goes back to what it said. Run CMC is, you got two types of white running blacks. You got the smart ones, and then you got the CTE ones. And that is right there. That boy right there just be, oh, man, that is so much fun to be around, man. It's why I wish the world were more like the locker room. Like, that shit just looks like fun, dog. Yeah. It makes me, but you know what, Jaden? This makes me hate him. You know why I hate him? I have never been more excited to meet anybody in my life than I wanted to go meet Cam Scatterboo. When I saw he was on the Reese's Senior Bowl roster, that was the only person I wanted to see. I didn't want to see the dude I didn't want to see a Reposado because that his face kind of startled me. And I know he has a problem, but I thought he had gotten in a fight. I thought he was bumping. I didn't want to see the other dude who's, unfortunately, he was cool, but his brother had got murdered in the terrorist attack. Well, I guess it was terrorist attack, but in New Orleans on Bourbon Street. I only wanted to see him. And he said he was coming. And then he didn't come. And I was bothered. Like, especially when I saw his story. This is a kid who, you hear parents say, like, if Killer would probably be the one to do it. Like, this is a kid who was taking his brother's gear, football gear, and was running into light poles to try to learn how to run people over. Like, that's when you see stuff like that, you're just like, hey, man, there's something wrong with this guy. Like, my kid is either going to be a really good football player or a terrorist. I'm not sure which one, but that was good. I didn't have one. That dude who did the backflip, bro, in full pads. That's tough, man.
That was Abdul Carter who did the backflip.
Yeah, like it wasn't just like he didn't barely do it. That motherfucker cleared that shit. Like, that's what it was. Like again, when we see Cam do it, we're like, oh wow, that is very impressive. We didn't expect that. You see him do it, it's like just a regular backflip, like, yeah, that's what they do. You've seen him doing it. But when you get that much height, then you're like, that's a black flip.
We have some news from Ian Rappaport because it looks like Xavier Howard announced his retirement from the league. So he was currently on the Colts. He was placed on the reserve retired list, and he announced on his Instagram that he has retired from the NFL. He led the league in interceptions, I think, in 2 of his seasons in the league. I don't want to read all of this, just going to read the first paragraph. Throughout my career, I've always played football for the love of the sport. I enjoyed everything that came with being part of the NFL. It was my passion for the game that drove me. I love and appreciate the Miami Dolphins for drafting me and giving me the chance to play pro football. I cannot thank the Indianapolis Colts enough for letting me continue to live out my dream, but my dream has now changed. Going to the last paragraph, my purpose has been fulfilled in this sport, but my kids are more important to me than football. I've had a hell of a career, and even though it's ending in a unique way, I'm cool with that because for once, I'm putting my family first, and I'm proud and excited about that decision. So, yes, it is a goodbye from Xavier Howard, and retired when the Colts are up doing their thing, but said it's for the family, for the kids, man, for the kids. So, man, had a great career, Xavier, and man, enjoy retirement. No more practice, no more hot days. So make sure to enjoy the family for real, and congratulations on everything. Now, James, we are going to discuss the viewing guide for this week's NFL slate of games and a potential parlay. So this is still projection sports. This is the NFL slate of games. So Vikings are going to face off against the Browns, not at Cleveland, but in London. Yes, the Vikings are going to be playing the Browns in London. It's going to be starting around 9 a.m., if I'm not mistaken.
9:30 kick.
9:30 a.m. Kickoff. Then for your 1 o'clock slate of games, Giants at Saints, Broncos at Eagles, Texans at Ravens, Raiders at Colts, Cowboys at Jets, Dolphins at Panthers. Then you have the Titans at Cardinals, Buccaneers at Seahawks, Commanders at Chargers, Lions at Bengals. And your Sunday night football game is going to be the Patriots and the Bills. Then you have the Chiefs at the Jaguars for Monday night football game. So with that in mind,
you know where I'll be at on Monday night? At the stadium. Actually, I'm hoping that it's 92% chance of rain with lightning. That might, again, the great equalizer might help us. But we're going through this slate. Vikings win. Also, we're going money line. I go money line with this. I'm going to go Texans. I'm going to go Colts. Eagles. Boys. I'm going to bet on the petite quarterback. Panthers. I'm going to go Giants and Jackson Dart. I don't know why this is Baker Mayfield not playing? But I'm going with Bucks. Cardinals they've been getting the crap into the stick the last couple of weeks. The Chargers, Lions, Bills, and the Jags. I'm good with that. It'll be a good little. I'm shocked that they're only. I'm trying to figure out who's not playing because there was only 14 games played this week, so that means 4 teams have buys. Yeah. So that's that. Oh, make sure you don't do what I did and not put in your NFL selections because I did not. I am one down from the for our fantasy for our pigskin pick of Polo Kid. Why do you hate the Dolphins? Tua. That's why he should not be here. He should be in the upper room. He should be up yonder with the hits that he's taking.
They do better with Mac Jones.
Oh wow! I accidentally You want to know something wild? So I have Williams on my team from the Rams, right? He got 31 points. Kyron Williams.
Oh.
And that's with him messing up the touchdown.
Right. Oh my, he lost me my parlay.
So like I would right now I'm up 31-0 in our fantasy football league. That's crazy to me. But yeah, so like who am I playing? That's wild, B-Lin. B-Lin guy, his name is Big Game Hunter. Like, I still got it. I got to find another running back. Dadgummit. Bijan, the Falcons are on a bye. But yeah, so make sure you go in, you pick your fantasy football. I mean, your fantasy football lineups, your pigskin pick'ems, as well as your college football pick'ems. So make sure you guys participate in those things for the upcoming weekend.
All right, we only got one video to show in our Big Games BS section because we are here at that point of the show. So we have our BS or Bussin' food review segment to discuss for James to rate and for everybody in the chat to rate as well. We have a sweet treat for you today because, James, we have some chocolate chip donut cookies. I know it sounds like a lot. No, it sounds like a lot. So let's see what this video is talking about to see if James gives it a BS or bussin' rating.
That just looks so dirty. Just putting your thumb in there like that. It's gonna sound wild, but as a guy who's never experienced a pink hole, give me the chocolates. Like yeah, I like my diabetes like I like my women. Dark. That's just wild. Like I like chocolate chip cookies. I do like chocolate chip. But I'm trying to figure out what it like with the glazed donut on the inside. I think that would just be too much of a conflicting sweet texture. I don't. Yeah, I just don't. Yeah, I just don't. I don't. Yeah, it's just wild. It's wild. That yeah, I'm not. That's not. That's not gonna. It's not gonna do it for me. It's not gonna do it for me. Like everything doesn't need to be like we. This is why free will is overrated. Like we don't need to be left to our own devices. Sometimes we do need, we need some structure. Like, all right, we don't need any new inventions in food. I say that, but then somebody's going to come up with something that's crazy, incredibly good. But that's just not one of them.
All right, James, that's all I had for today's show as we bring out the weekend. So anything to say to the listeners out there? I know we just broke that 2-hour threshold. So any last words to the fans as we conclude this episode of Big Games BS and bring in that weekend?
yeah, make sure you have a great weekend. If you haven't bought tickets to the tailgate, make sure you check that out. We are 230 subscribers away from 7,000 subscribers. Please make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend, so that we can continue to produce and put out quality content that you guys like and enjoy. Make sure you jam that like and subscribe button yourselves. Support all of the different things. Tell us if there's any other content that you would like to see. Outside of that, hopefully you'll have a good sports weekend. Appreciate you guys for chopping it up with me. We will see you guys next time.